Alright, so today I'm going to be taking a look at a game called Big Pharma. This is a pharmaceutical manufacturing simulator. It's actually quite fun and extremely addictive once you get into it. So let's go ahead and start a new game. So I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to show you guys the tutorials so you get a sense of how to play before we begin. And then I think in the next video I'll be taking a look at the beginner challenges. I've already completed all the tutorial section, so I'll be able to get through them very quickly without having to read these very lengthy notes. The tutorials are kind of a drag to get through because they're not voice acted and it's not really fun to read through all of this text on the bottom right side of the screen. So instead I'll just be showing you guys basically how to play the game. So the first thing that I should explain is that ingredients come out of this hole and then you have to basically turn those ingredients into a pill and then sell them at another hole. So let's go ahead and make a conveyor belt, and I can go ahead and show you what comes out of the hole. So this is the first ingredient. It's blah 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 powder. I cannot pronounce that. Satisite, something like that. And as you can see, these little things at the bottom, these are the effects that come with this ingredient. So basically it comes with induces nausea and painkiller, but currently both of these effects are not currently active. So what we want to do is we want to increase the concentration to make one of these effects active. The green one, painkiller, is actually a good side effect that will basically allow us to sell this for more money. So we're going to go over here and we're going to make a evaporator, which will increase the concentration by 1. Just put that there, and let's go ahead and make another conveyor belt on the other side. As you can see, the ingredients have now changed, and now they're crystals instead of powder. I think that's what it was, juice. It started out as juice and now it's crystals. And as you can see, the painkiller effect is now activated. So this ingredient, these crystals, will actually be good for reducing pain in people who are experiencing pain, medicine. So now we have to convert these crystals into a pill form. So we're going to go ahead and make a pill printer. Just put that there, make another conveyor belt, and then we'll go ahead and send it to the exit. As you can see, it's transforming the ingredients into a pill, and now we have a satisite pill, which relieves pain. And we can name it Ache Away. That's actually a good name. You can rename it to whatever you like. I could just call it like Pain Go Away. The Pain Go Away pill. And that's pretty much the end of the first tutorial. If I scroll down to the bottom, I can leave the tutorial, and let's go ahead and go to the next tutorial. It's very important that we go through all of these tutorials so you get a good idea of how to play this game, because it's actually very complex and quite challenging if you don't understand what's going on. So in this video, we're going to be basically upgrading one of these pills to make it even better and to cure a greater side effect. So we're going to upgrade it to eases migraine instead of a painkiller. So we're going to make like a migraine pill, basically a a very strong like Advil or ibuprofen or pills that relieve migraines. There's not really too many pills that relieve migraines, at least not in my experience. So anyways, let's go ahead and check this out. Let's go ahead and pause the simulation so that the conveyor belts stop. What we need to do is we need to get the concentration up to 7 to 10. And as you can see in this picture in the bottom right corner, it kind of shows us how to do this. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to buy a bigger room, because this is actually going to be a pretty lengthy contraption that we're going to be building. But we need to get this to a 7 to 10 concentration, and then once it goes through another evaporator, it will transform and basically turn itself into a migraine cure. So what we're going to do here, we're going to click on this, and we're going to import the blah 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 juice. I still can't pronounce it. Let's wait for it to come out so we can look at it. Oh wait, we have to play. Actually, I'll just keep it playing. There we go. Alright, so now we have sagittite juice over here, and we're going to need to upgrade it a few times. Actually, I think we're going to have to build 4 of these evaporators so that we can get it up to a 7 concentration, and then we need another one to turn it into a into the ingredient that we need. So let's go ahead and make a huge conveyor belt assembly line, and we'll take it over there. And then I guess we can actually, let's just pause this and then we'll watch it later on. But we need to also make a pill printer. So we're gonna make a pill printer here. We're gonna make 2 of them because the pill printers actually take up 2 turns. So to maximize efficiency, you need to build 2 of them. And there we go, now our assembly line is complete, and let's go ahead and click play and just watch our ingredients transform into a better substance that we will be able to sell for a greater profit. This game is all about making profit. In the actual challenges, we are very limited on money, and we need to be very careful on what we choose to invest in. And there's also like a market analysis, so we have to make sure we're building things that sell for a lot. To all the 6 people out there, we need to extort them for money. That's what the medical business is about, right? Alright, so now that it's at 7 concentration, once it goes through here, it'll transform into a new substance. And as you can see here, now instead of painkiller, it actually eases migraine. And it has a side effect, induces nausea. It's just something that all medicines have, side effects. So it eases migraine, which is a more profitable pill to manufacture. As you can see over here, this pill sells for a profit of $71, including all of the machines. Every machine costs money, and as you can see, 2020, these machines cost 10 every time a pill passes through. But now these pills have a profit of $129, which is a lot more than the pill we made before. Let's go ahead and name this headache soother. That's fine. And hopefully I'm making sense here. I'm just trying to get through these as fast as I can so we don't have to read through the very, very lengthy tutorials. That would be a pain. Alright, so this one, basically we're going to have to hire some workers. So we're going to hire a explorer to find a new ingredient. We need this ingredient to, what do we need this for? I forgot what we even needed this for. We need a dragon beetle. I forgot why we needed a dragon beetle, so let me just read through some of this. Improving efficiency, production time, blah blah blah. Alright, we're also gonna need to build a scientist, and we're gonna need to research, I think, the Ionizer. Let me just read through. Why do we need to research the beetle? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I guess we need to make a treatment that treats angina. I don't know what that is. I'm sure someone else out there knows. I'm not very familiar with medical terms, but that's okay. This is just a casual game. Anyone can play it. So now, while they're researching, I can go ahead and it's telling me that I need to build another pill processor. Let's see, makers, pill printer. Let's put this here, make a belt. And we're essentially just waiting for these workers to finish researching new stuff. So the explorers go out in the world and find like bugs and stuff and ingredients, and the researchers, the scientists, will research new machines, and they will give you research points to upgrade your machines to make them more profitable. And you can also make ingredients cheaper.
Research complete.
And all sorts of good stuff. Just scroll down
New ingredient
all the way to the bottom. So we found a new ingredient. Looks like this relieves hypertension, and it treats angina or angina. I don't know how to pronounce it. If we can upgrade it, so let's go ahead and do that. Blah 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 blah. So it's basically telling me I need to purchase a new area, and let's go ahead and import our new ingredient, the beetle juice. And then let me look at it. There we go. Okay, so it relieves hypertension, but we can upgrade it if we can put it through an ionizer at 0 to 6 concentration. So let's see, it's not, let's see, 1, 2, 3, it's kind of hard to see these, but 4, 5, 6. So we need to reduce the concentration. I think currently, I'm not sure if it tells us. Yeah, it doesn't tell you, oh wait, I think that's up here. So the active concentration is currently 8. We need to get it down to a 6. So what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to build an ionizer. Let's go ahead and just build that here. And once it goes through the ionizer, it will be a low enough concentration that we can just send it through another ionizer to convert it to cure angina or whatever. So there we go. Now the concentration is lower. It's only at 5, and then it's going to be lowered again. But once it gets lowered enough, it will be converted, and now it can treat angina, but we need to increase the concentration to make this cure active. So we need to increase it by 4, which is actually quite a bit since we don't have, fortunately, we don't have any other machines researched at the moment. So this is going to be a pretty lengthy assembly. Let me look at their build. Looks like they did it a little bit differently than I did, but that's, I mean, it doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and build some evaporators to increase the concentration. We're going to need to do this 4 times, so we need some space. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. It's going to be a very lengthy conveyor belt. Let me just sell this so I can build it a little bit more clean. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can send it out. Let's go ahead and just send it all the way over here, and then, oops. Actually, since this is a tutorial, it doesn't really matter. Let's just send
invalid position.
Send it out. There we go. Oops. So now we can watch. Currently, it doesn't do anything, and I'm losing profit if I were to put this into. Ooh, I forgot the pill maker. Let's go ahead and just make a pill maker. Actually, we can make 2. We can make this while they're going through. If I'm fast enough. There we go. Hopefully that's right. There we go. Now let's look. See, the concentration is slowly going up. Once it goes to this one, it'll be 1 more. And once it goes to the last one, then it'll be the cure for angina. Whatever that is. If anyone knows what that is, be sure to leave a comment below and tell me what that means. I guess I could Google it real quick, but oh well. It's probably some sort of disorder. Angina. I mean, I could Google it while we're waiting. Let's see, web browser. Angina. A condition marked by severe pain in the chest, often also spreading to the shoulders, arms, and neck, caused by inadequate blood supply to the heart. Alright, so that's what it is. So now you can see the profit has gone way up once the cure has been activated, and now it's in a pill, so now this pill will cure angina, but it also narrows pupils. It's kind of a weird side effect, narrows pupils. Does it like blur your vision or something?
Product name required.
And let's name it, blah blah blah, and now we can leave. So what was that, the 3rd? So we have 3 more tutorials to go through. Obviously this video is going to be all about tutorials, so if you want to go to the next video, by all means go ahead. The actual game is actually a lot more fun than these tutorials. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. Catalyze Reactions. So our goal currently is to make a anti-seizure medication. This is a level 3 cure. That's just, we have plenty of money. The tutorial gives you like tons of money. So let's see here. Let's just scroll through here, and unfortunately, blah 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 blah. Okay, so we need basically a lot of stuff, and we need a mixer. We need all sorts of crazy nonsense. Alright, so this is going to be quite complicated to make, but we can do it. So first we're going to need to import this, and let's just go ahead and follow what the pictures show. It's basically telling me that I can now use the Ionizer. Wait, no, I need to use the agglomerator, blah blah blah. I think. Wait, what do I need to do? I'm kind of confused already. Okay, this increases concentration by 3 at once. So let's go ahead and just put this one here, and then I guess we'll go over here, and I think we actually need to get this up to a 7 concentration. So with 2, let me look here. Well, this is already at a 7 concentration. So once it gets to 7 concentration, we need a evaporator to upgrade the ingredient to eases migraine. Let's go ahead and make that. Alright, so now that we upgraded it to eases migraine, it's now quartz, we can actually upgrade it to level 3 to make a cure for seizures, or anti-seizure pill. And we need to basically do 2 things. One thing, we need to mix it with a catalyst. The next thing, we need to get it to a 15 to 18 concentration. So both of those things are kind of like complex. We need to find a catalyst. Here's a catalyst. And we're going to need to mix the catalyst with our current pill. So this is going to be kind of nuts, but what we're going to do is we're going to import the catalyst here. We're going to go ahead and make a belt. And then we're going to make something called a multi-mixer. And we're going to, let's see, can I rotate it? Yeah, I can, sweet. I guess I'll put it right here. There we go. So now we're going to be mixing the quartz and these chunks together. The chunks act as a catalyst, these little green circle thing, that means it's a catalyst. And basically what it's going to do is it's going to basically mix these 2 ingredients together, and you can see what pops out. It basically mixes them together, and as you can see now, it eases migraine, and there's also a catalyst side effect within the ingredient as well. And with that catalyst, it's telling us that we can now upgrade it to a anti-seizure medication as long as we get it up to a 15 to 18 concentration. So if that all made sense, which it probably didn't, I'm probably doing a terrible job explaining. We're basically just going to be upgrading it now. Since we've got the catalyst put into the ingredient, now it's just going to be upgrading. So it has to go through 3 of these. Shouldn't take too long. I wonder how realistic this game is. I have no idea how medicine is manufactured or made. Not in the business. Alright, there we go, and it should upgrade itself automatically. Yep, see, you see this one has a eases migraine, and this ingredient has anti-seizure. But unfortunately, to activate it, we have to reduce the concentration by a little bit. So we're going to have to build a, let's see, where is it? A Ionizer to reduce the concentration. And then we are ready to make a pill. So let's go ahead and make some pill makers and add some conveyor belts. And perfect. So now this is extremely profitable by $300. It's a level 3 medication, so they are extremely profitable, but as you can see, it has taken up a lot of room in our warehouse, and yeah, a lot of machines to build something like this. But we did it. Kind of a advanced project, but we're definitely going to be needing this information in the main game. Alright, so I think I'm done, and leave game. Alright, moving on. There's only 2 more to go. I think this tutorial is very short. This one basically just explains that we can, well, basically they built a machine and it doesn't work. It's not producing the right stuff. And the problem is that we're trying to, let's see here, trying to see what they're trying to make. They're trying to make a pill that reduces anxiety, I believe. And if you go to the mixer, let's see. Let me see what they're trying to do here. I'm actually confused. Let me just read through the tutorial. It's been a long time since I did this one. There's a problem with the mixing process. I could take a closer look. Let's look at this pill. So this is the catalyst, and we are trying to make a pill that reduces anxiety. So here is the effect that we're currently trying to upgrade. Currently it's at relieves insomnia, and we're trying to upgrade that to reduces anxiety. But the problem is it's at the top slot, the very top slot, and the catalyst is also at the very top slot. And what that means is when it goes to the mixer, they can't mix together because they're both taking up the same slot. There's only one effect that can be on each slot at a time, and they can't mix together if they are currently taking up the same slot. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build something called a mixer. So let's go ahead and exit out of that. Let's go to production, auxiliary, shaker. Not a mixer, a shaker. And we're going to put the shaker, let's see. The best way to put this. Alright, let's just sell some of these things. Let's just sell all of them actually. And then we're going to make a mixer, shaker. Alright, that's definitely a good way to put it. Okay, so basically what the mixer does is it moves the effect down a slot. So now it's on the number 2 slot. And now when they go to mix, they should mix correctly. Yeah, as you can see, now the catalyst is with the insomnia, and now they're ready to be upgraded. And I'm pretty sure that that's all we have to do in this tutorial. It kind of did most of the work for us. And there's these new machines called autoclaves, halves concentration, and then these cryogenic condensers doubles concentration. But that's pretty much all we had to do. Basically it was just telling us that we can shake the ingredient to basically like move down some side effects so that it'll mix better with other ingredients. I think we're done. We're just waiting for the ingredient to go through this long conveyor belt. Shouldn't take too long. Let's go ahead and speed up the process. There's also these little buttons at the bottom left corner, or you can speed up the game if you like. This game is very, very time consuming, so yeah, it can take a while. Alright, as you can see, this ingredient reduces anxiety, and a new pill has been made, and it's given us a profit of $432 per
Product
pill,
name
which is
required.
amazing. Anxiety pill, stress buddy. Awesome, okay. And I think we're done. Completed. Alright, so a lot of talking in a very little amount of time. I hate going through tutorials, they are such a drag, but hopefully this is helping some of you who may have been confused on how to play this game, and maybe just maybe, you'll understand how this game is played. But there's one more tutorial, advanced topics. Okay, so this is actually a pretty easy one from what I remember. So what it wants us to do is build an analyzer machine. I just build it there, put a conveyor belt to it. Oops. And then let's go ahead and import this. So you may have noticed that all ingredients have like a certain range of active effects. With the analyzer machine, it'll show us the maximum potency.
Analysis complete.
And I'll show you what I mean here. Good news, you have performed sufficient testing on effect painkiller to discover its max strength concentration. So the max strength concentration basically means that it has a higher % chance of working for the customer. So if I get the concentration up to this amount, this concentration here, what the yellow line is, it should show me the ingredient now. Yeah, now it shows me. So if I get it all the way up to here, basically that means it has like almost 100% chance of reducing pain. And there's also a maximum concentration for side effects as well. So you want to avoid getting close to this amount, otherwise it'll induce nausea more often for the clients, and then they'll be unhappy, and then the value of your product will go down. So that was pretty easy. What else? Blah blah. Upgrading ingredients. So now it's just showing me that with scientists and explorers, I can upgrade ingredients with upgrade points. So I currently have 8 upgrade points, so I can upgrade this and it'll be cheaper to import. And then with researchers, I can upgrade my machines, like I can upgrade the evaporator, I can upgrade all this stuff to basically make it cheaper for pills to be created. Basically lowers the manufacturing cost of these machines, and other things like this one will increase the value of the pills with a upgraded pill printer. And there's other things that are more advanced that I'm not going to be going through in this video. And there's also this company chart. I don't think I've shown you this yet, but it shows us the cure rating, and the cure rating is basically determined by how effective your pills are, and that's why we use the analyzer, and how bad the side effects are. So they go from like, I think they go from like F to A or S, I'm not entirely sure. It shows the value, and it shows a bunch of statistics showing our current revenue, how much money we're making, our profit, capital, all sorts of good stuff for a management game. So we are done. We just completed all 6 levels of the tutorial. This video is extremely long and I haven't even started the game. So in the next video, I'll be going to the beginner levels, and I actually haven't even started the beginner levels. I attempted one and I failed pretty bad. So I'm going to do another attempt and hopefully get through at least the first challenge, bottom line. These challenges are actually quite lengthy, so we're probably just gonna have to do 1 challenge per episode if I continue this little Let's Play series. But our first challenge is bottom line, and basically there's no goals, there's no challenges, it's just make $1 million within 10 years. There's also a competitor which is making pills as well, and your competitors will essentially make pills, and if they make the same pill as you or make a better pill than you, then the price of your pill will go way down, and you're basically competing with them to make the better product. And on this one, you only start with $50,000, which is actually quite low, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. So I'm just gonna stop rambling. Thanks for watching, guys. Just a quick tutorial look of Big Pharma. Very fun game. And hopefully you'll stick with me to the next episode, and I'll show you why this game is so addictive. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.